Hey, what's going on YouTube? So today we're gonna deal with this little 7.5 Honda Outboard 4-stroke and the issue I had, and I still have the exhaust leak. I had a little hole in the exhaust, and basically all the fumes and gases would not come out of the hole right there on the bottom. You would go under the cover and you would starve the engine for air. So I did take the power head off once, and I didn't think that it had a paper gasket for the oil pan, and I reused it, and it's not holding up. So it's leaking some water out there, the oil, and it's just bad. It wouldn't create a nice seal. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna show you guys how to take a power head off Honda 7.5, and the 10 horsepower is the same 4-stroke. This is a probably 70s, 80s model. Goes up to the 90s model. It's the same motor basically for a long time, and I'm gonna show you how you take the power head off. Alrighty, so you have a few screws that you have to take out, but before you have to disconnect all those wirings and all that crap in front. So I have this. This is for the outlet, the 12-volt outlet right here on the side. You have to take that off. Disconnect it from there. You got some Phillips screws right there, 1, 2, and then I have a kill switch on mine. Usually it's one of those kill switches, but mine is just a switch on and off. I disconnected this already. Just have to pull it through, and then on the other side you have to disconnect the water outlet right here, and you have to disconnect the choke, disconnect the acceleration thing from here, and the acceleration cable. And I think this is pretty much it from the front. Oh, and the light. Is the light? I think the light, yeah. The light just has 2 wires that I just disconnected one by one, and I connected back. So that's not an issue. And then right here on the bottom, oh, you have a little pin. Let me show you. All right. You have a little pin right here. See it? This pin. Let me switch hands. All right. So this pin right here is for the shift lever. You have a little safety pin, safety clip that goes through the pin. You got to straighten those limbs out, and then you have to pull the pin out. And yeah, so you have to take that off so you can take the lower unit off. And I'm not sure how you take the whole lower unit off, because when I did it, you kind of hang down, but behind this right here, it's a bushing. It's a bushing right here, and this one wouldn't allow the head of the shifter go through, so I just disconnected the whole mid-size mid unit. So basically, to do the lower unit, after you do all that, we'll get to it in just a second. Disconnect this power outlet, 12 volts charging system. Volts, 2 volts. Don't lose them, especially if you have leaves on the ground. You have 2 bolts and 2 washers, and then you kind of angle it a little bit, and it pops out. And this little thing right here, Alright, so this is out. Now, what I do, I just put the bolts back in so I don't lose them. It's easier that way. I can get everything and not lose it. Then you disconnect the ground wire right here. This one. It's a ground wire. You have to disconnect that one as well. Yep. It's a 10 millimeter. Disconnect this. And I put it right back. Now, continue taking my kill switch off. Now, let's do that little pin that I'm talking about. Alright, so that little pin right there, I disconnect it. Like I said, it's easier for you to put it in forward so it will come up. And I just straighten those limbs right here as much as I can. Okay, they're pretty straight now. Now I can pull it. This is out. Just put it right there on top. And the pin comes out from this side. And I have to take this little rectifier out. That's a 10 millimeter. So I'm going to take that one off. Let me get the 10 right here. So I'll have the space to slide out. Right, I got that rectifier out with the bolt, and it's free. And now I can slide the little pin out and grab it from behind. Ta-da! And not lose it. I'll just put it right there for now. And now you can slide this back down. It's fine, it's gonna come right down. And now I just have to disconnect this throttle cable. All the way out. And let's see. Now, what was the step that I did? Okay, so oops, I'm sorry. There you go. So I accelerated all the way, and then I'm holding this. The cable came back in return. But it's still not giving me enough. Let's see. There you go. Okay. Out right here. I have to disconnect this. Acceleration thing. You just slide it out. It will go sideways in just a little bit. There you go. Come on. Oops. I think it was easier last time. There you go. Just have to pull a little bit. So this one is out of here. And now, let's see. Get this right under. I'm gonna come right out slowly, but it will. There you go. Acceleration is out. Not worry about that. Then the choke. You just put it right here in between those things. Spread out a little bit, and the choke is out also. Now we can focus about let's see, come back in the back right here. You have this outlet right here. You just plug it out. That's disconnected now. And let's see, is there anything else on the other side that we have to worry about? Not that I know of. The light. The light right here. You just disconnect those two wires. So I disconnect those and come back to it. Alright, so you just disconnected. It's all color driven. So red, red, yellow, yellow, and everything is disconnected, including this thing right here. Slide it out and done. Now let's move to the lower unit. So ready for the lower unit. What we have, I just like to put this up without damaging anything. And let me get those bolts and the pin out. And I put everything right in the cover. Tilt the motor all the way. Lock it like this. Now we can work. So we have one, two, three, four, five bolts on the bottom. These are 10 millimeters bolts. One is right in the center. Right in the center. The other ones are on the sides. Actually, if I'm thinking about it, I didn't even take those out. I think I'm doing extra work. Ce faci cu tău?
Aici ești, nu? Asta gol.
Dor. Să scot ăsta de aici ca să ne... Ca să o sudez, că nu ține cum trebuie. Alright, so to take the lower unit off, what you need to do is you have to get access to those two bowls right here. One on that side and on the other side. Take it back off. That's a 12 millimeter. That's that. Get access to those bowls right here. Let's see. Let's make our life easier, shall we? That's all the way up. We have to bring the boat manually on that one. Loosen up the other ones too. We don't have any issues with them. Alright. See if we can make it happen. That's one. too. There. And this one. Did y'all know that this? Did you guys hear the ice cream truck in the background? I just learned that it's a racy song and a nasty one. I couldn't believe it. This one just got a lot of corrosion up there. It's not good. Anyways. Now, what you gotta do is just wiggle everything out. There you go. And this is what I'm talking about. This right here. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Let me see. Yep. So, alright, this right here. Unless you take it all completely, you won't be able to get it through the bushing right here. So you can disconnect it. This is how you adjust it. It just goes up and down, screws up and down. This is how you do it. You just have to put the just take it off completely, so you can take the lower unit off and change your impeller or whatever you want to change, the water pump. But yeah, this is how you take this midsection out with the lower unit. And I just put it aside for now. That's better. Okay, and now it's not much left, but you have some hidden bolts that you have to take care of to take the part head off. Besides those 5 bolts right here, 4 bolts, I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the other side. He has 3 more on the back, and I think 3 more over here, or 2 more. I'll check in just a minute. So let's get this done. First, we need to take this exhaust gasket off. And that's going to be a 10mm. Again, just take it off. And the issue I have with it, I'm going to show you what it is. So you have 3 bolts right here. Let me show you. Alright, so you got 3 bolts right here. You have 1, 2, 3 bolts. And then deep inside, you guys can see it, there's 3 more bolts. Let me put the flashlight on and show you. Alright, so those 3 bolts right there that you have to take out. 1, 2, 3 bolts, and that's the shaft, dry shaft right there. So you got 3 over there, and then, like I said, I gotta take those 3 out, and then he makes another hole like that. And you have access to 2 or 3 more. I'll show you just in a second. Alright, I took the bolts out of that, and now I have to pry it out. There you go. It's nasty. Probably I'm gonna cut another gasket for this. This is really nasty. I'm just gonna cut another gasket. I have a lot of gasket material, so I'm not worried. But yeah. And I don't have any rags with me. Let's see. Yep. Let me show you the. Let me show you the bolts. All right. Deep inside there. Let me put a flashlight. All right, and that's one right there. And let me find the other one. It's somewhere in there. I can't really see it with the camera because I'm looking from down up, and then it's a lot of light in the back. So yeah, that was one of the bolts. They have to take it out. Basically, you take the other one off, and then you take those four, 1, 2, 3, 4 from the side, and then you have yourself the power head off. So let's proceed to it. All right. First, what I want to do, I want to get this motor flush with everything. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna leave it all the way down. It's too down, so I have to come up with a pin. The reason I'm saying is because we have the oil pan that's gonna be disconnected from the head, and I want to make it flush because the oil is almost to the top. I don't want to make too much of a mess. That's the only reason I did it. So you got those 4 bolts to disconnect outside. I just needed some tools to make my life a little bit easier. Needed some adapters for it. You can't mess those bolts up because one they're 2 they're long and 2 are short. The shorter ones goes on the front, and the longer ones that you can see goes on the back. So you can't mess that up. There you go. 2. 3. And 4. You guys can see 2 are longer, 2 are shorter. And now the ones from the inside. 3 in the back. That's 1. I'm gonna put it separate. 1. 2. keep missing a bolt. Alright. No? Yeah. There's 3 in the back. And now those ones in the front are going to be a pain. Oh, there you go. Now I'm in trouble. I just lost my attachment right there. Not an issue. You can get it out. There you go. We got it out. But now we have to take it off, man. It's hard. Struggle by yourself. Now glasses, which don't really help me. Let's see. No, I think we're good. I don't think we have any bolts on the back. I don't know what I'm talking about. I think I don't, at least. Let me see if I'm wrong. Might be wrong. I might be wrong. I don't think we have any other screws. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. Can we pry it up? Maybe? Let's see. I think I'm doing something wrong, so bear with me. Bear with me. Let me check something on my phone real quick. Yep, I just checked the manual, and the bolt that I showed you guys, it's the only one that has to be removed. That's the only bolt that has to be removed. There you go. Right there in the corner. So yeah, it is one bolt that needs to come out. Right there in the back. Just a pain in the butt to get to. It's possible though. Back. Gonna have to move my light harder every time. bolt is still there. Yep, the bolt is out. And so the power head. So basically, what we need to do now is to lift up the power head, and then we are having the power head party. Everything is out. Just to wiggle out the shaft a little bit. Let me get something to put the power head on. For example, this cooler cover. All right, let's brace ourselves. I forgot something. I forgot the fuel line to disconnect. And we're free. Ugh. The nasty gooey shit I was stretching, use the homemade gasket that I had. Alright. So this is the power head. Alright. Okay. Everything is in here. Oh, this gasket is nasty. Yeah. Well, you're gonna do a good job on that one. Alright, so there we have the power head off for the Honda 7.5 horsepower. So yeah, basically there are those bolts right here. So there's like the two sides that we have access from outside right here, and then we have the three in the back, and then this one right here. And yeah, and let me show you guys something. If you want to make a gasket and you need a template, how can you do it? So yeah, basically this is how you take the power head off. It's not that hard of a job. This is kind of like real time what I'm doing with you guys, and it didn't really take a lot of time. And yeah, those are the screws that was all held by the power head was held by. Two on the side from access from the outside, two on the other side access from the outside, and from the bottom 1, 2, 3, and then this one right here. They have the access right behind the muffler right here. See this? It's crap. So what I'm gonna do? He had a hole right here, rusted out, and I need to weld it. So what I'm gonna do? Yeah, this was really nice and neat when I put it on. I don't know what happened. Start crackling and shit. Oh snap! I start crackling, and yeah, I'm gonna take it off, and I'm gonna put a new piece of. I have some muffler pipe. I'm gonna cut a piece of it, and then I'm gonna weld it on tomorrow, and then I'm gonna cut the gasket. Yeah, this is the paper gasket I had on. It's pretty bad. I reused it, but it's not really good. I have to take it off and clean it. So what I'm gonna do, I have paper material that I bought from auto store. I'm gonna cut a piece about this size, rectangle, or pretty much the same shape. I'm gonna put it on the top. I'm gonna start tapping it to get the shape, to be like a rough shape of it, and then I will draw with a pen. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it nicely, and this is gonna be my new gasket. But so far, gotta change that oil also. It's a 4-stroke, so I'm gonna do a little bit of maintenance. Yeah, this gasket was crap. But yeah, this is it for today's video. Yeah, So this is it for today's video. I hope you guys learn how to take the power head off from Honda Outboard. It's not hard, but it's not easy. If you are a DIY guy like I am, you can do it easily in probably less than 30 minutes, less than 20 minutes. Like I said, I've done it once, and that was really easy after that. I just didn't think about this bowl right here. I knew it was some bowl, but I didn't remember how many. There's only one. But yeah, you don't have to take the lower unit out. I mean, right now, if you want to change the impeller, what you have to do is take this, like I said, there's 5 bowls right there. It's 1, 2, 1 right here, 3, and then 4, 5 on the other side. And then you have to take this little cap right here, unscrew it so the whole shaft will slide right through the bushing, like I said earlier, because right now it's not. But then you have to adjust it. You have to see how many times you unscrew it until it comes loose, and then you have to screw it back and then adjust the shift link, because if it's too tight, if it's too high or too down, it's not going to go into the gear properly. But yeah, this is it for today's video. I hope you guys learned something, learn from my mistakes, because I surely made enough. And yeah, it's not as hard. I'm pretty sure you can do it. I couldn't do it at one point. I learned through YouTube, DIYs, and take stuff off by myself and put it back together, just see if it works. And it did, sometimes didn't. But it's a trial error. See you guys next time. Click like and subscribe.